robotics then. See what's up in here.
We're men of science, not philosophers.
Well, that's fucked up.
Welcome. Please proceed directly to processing.
If you ask me, the synth software could use a little more debugging.
Okay, so they like piece together a skeleton.
Feels like this project has been going on for months.
I think we think of robotics as the first among them.
Did he come out of the goop with pants on? I don't know, we'll find out. I'm watching one of these like fully processed. We get checks for like inconsistencies and then...
In light of recent events, we've been asked to take a look.
The rumor is advanced systems will be starting a new dark matter initiative soon.
The Gen 3s are functioning as designed.
Like injecting it with blood and stuff? Yep. Or, well, whatever is the equivalent. And then just dipping him in this, you know, magic superfood. So many skin and stuff. And then he comes out with underwear on. Yep, he comes out with underwear on. And like extremely jacked.
Welcome to the Institute. Please step right this way.
Just gonna... Okay. Department notices. Impending arrival. Our monitoring of events on the surface has confirmed that the time is almost at hand. Very soon our guests will be here. I admit that I feel both hope and trepidation when I feel how our first meeting will go. Please make whatever preparations necessary. Consider all sensitive information classified for the time being. We cannot know for certain what our visitor motivations will be, especially after coming into contact with the railroad. We will exercise caution, but we must also extend a warm welcome. In time, once a measure of trust has been earned, we can be more forthcoming. I did not remind you of all of the acquaintances to personally, but I have with you all to make this an opportunity for the entire institute to stand a great deal of make the most of this opportunity. I recently met with Dr. Dr. Lee to find the latest power distribution metrics, and there's both good news and bad news to share. I'll begin with the good. It's good that we all have taken to heart Dr. Lee's request for greater emphasis on power conservation. The metrics demonstrate that we have improved our efficiency across the board. I'm particularly proud of the note that the Robotics division has shown the most improvement in the regard, surpassing even advanced systems. Well done. Unfortunately, the efforts we have made today are simply not enough. We must continue to find ways to conserve without adversely impacting our research and production. I know what I'm asking is difficult, but I'm also completely confident that we will rise to the challenge. I have some ideas that we'll discuss in the package for meeting. Until then, I ask that you please keep them for us. Concerned at the pace of our progress in correcting the problems with the child's prototype, we cannot progress upon this division. Cannot impress upon this division about the result, which should complete. Time and again, corrected flaws only to see them return. I find myself questioning whether or not we're thoroughly testing these physics before we got to the next step. But what I have, now that I have great faith in all of you, but time's quickly running out, I must ask that you take whatever measures are necessary to get the project's targets with the time frame that is making this the foremost priority. It has been brought to my attention that some of you are displeased with the methods and practices employed by the S.R.B. division and its ongoing investigation of missing third-generation synth. I'd like to take a moment to address this matter. Firstly, know that I am aware of your concerns and that I intend to have a conversation with Director I.O. in order to ensure that he is also aware. Any disruption to your work must be taken seriously, especially at this critical time. However, I must also ask for a measure of patience and cooperation for all of you. It's simply impossible to gather the information necessary to carry out this investigation without an element of distraction and inconvenience. Remember that your cooperation is vital to bring the investigation to a swift, successful conclusion. I'm sure there's something we all want. Synth versus Android. As production of our Generation 3 Synths continues phase, I would like to take this opportunity to formalize our categorization. The term Android has been used interchangeably with Synths for as long as these two has existed. And though some of our older residents may actually prefer Android, Dr. Zimmer being a prime example, the term synth has always been more widely used. Today, our third-generation creations are truly synthetic beings, so the designation synth seems more appropriate than ever. From here on in, I strongly prefer all official Institute records and correspondence use the term synth or synths to let us remember our past and appreciate the legacy of Android. But let us live for a future and recognize the power of the synth. That makes sense. Because I just saw how those fuckers were made, and that looks like a person to me. Like, skin ripped off and everything. That looks, I mean, it's almost like a clone, essentially. A robot clone.
Pardon me.
The Synths aren't just Father's legacy. They're his gift to humanity.
Hey, Doc.
You've arrived at a momentous time. Our third-generation Synths are a true breakthrough. Culmination of centuries of research. It's no exaggeration to say that they're superior in almost every way to human beings.
What makes them superior?
The list of improvements is exhaustive. I can talk for an hour and still not cover all of it. Imagine what you could accomplish if you could live without fear of hunger or disease. Imagine what you could create if you could spend every waking moment of your life as you saw fit, with no need of sleep.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Like I said, a momentous time.
Never have to sleep?
Welcome to the
Oh,
Institute.
that'd be great.
Please step right this way.
Fuck sleeping.
3 levels of approval. Do you believe that? 3!
Series as well. Description implement of use of optic nerve tissue. 10 to 12% increase in visual acuity. Improved eyesight. Okay. In Fallout, if you play on hardcore mode, you actually have to sleep. You'll get debuffs and stuff, and I think you'll actually die if you don't sleep long enough. Oh, let's talk about sleeping me on. But yeah, there is some repercussion to not sleeping in Fallout. If you play on like survival or adventure mode or whatever they call it in 4. 7% increase in motor function time, 5 to 8% increase in ranged weapon accuracy, complete transfusion to replace type synthetic blood with type 10, more rapid clotting improvement, improving infection resistance. Wait, they can get infections and shit? Then they're fucking humans! I don't understand how they couldn't be seen as a living organism, you know? Pretty sure if you can get an infection, that makes you an organism. Like, by an organic infection, not like, oh, my computer has a virus from too much porn. Found unit, the cleaning boardroom, for the 3rd day in a row. I don't think this unit has ever actually left the boardroom. Complaining of blurred vision in the right eye, unable to correct without permanent damage, unit wiped and reassigned to facilities. Armory drive breakdown of 3rd unit this month. It's like the latest navigation software, they have some issues. Found 2 gens trying to walk through the walls. Hey Dad, Eve is having trouble speaking today. Lots of stuttering. Can you please look into it? Identify verbally. Speech subroutines. Corrected infection. Surface work crew tracking. It's the spirit/free will thing. How much are they controlled by software and directives? Yeah,
Excuse me.
but clearly they have some form of free will if they can escape and want to live normal lives. At least some of the next Gen 3 ones. But what makes that any different than like an indoctrinated human that's gone through like,
Power
you know,
armor?
brainwashing?
What would
you
you
know.
need that for?
Did you say that they truly have free will? If you interchange the word software/directives with robots, it could be the same thing with morality and rules with humans. I mean, that's all software and directives is. It's a set of guidelines to what you should and shouldn't do. Is this the whole
With our
thing?
3rd generation Synths,
A little disappointing. Figured there'd be more to this.
We're quite fortunate to have the Synths to aid us.
Hi, Doc.
Ah, it's you. You're finally with us. I'd just like to apologize for any trouble our Synths may have caused for you on your way here. They, of course, couldn't be told of your identity, and they have very specific protocols for protecting themselves and Institute interests, most of which I designed myself. Not to make problems for you, though. Will you be staying with us then?
What's it to you?
Oh, forgive me. I realize... Well, I understand that's somewhat personal. It would just mean a great deal to Sean. If you require anything, especially as it pertains to Synths, please let me know.
the Synths
Doc.
aren't just Father's
Lovely
legacy.
day,
Welcome
isn't
to
it?
the
They're his
Institute.
gift to
Please
humanity.
step right this way.
Today is full of possibilities.
Okay, talk to...
Max.
All our divisions are important. I tend to think of robotics as the first among equals.
Of course you do, you work here. Everyone thinks their department is the most important.
I can't imagine living on the surface. It sounds like a nightmare.
Yeah, it's not too bad once you're in power armor.
It's just remarkable.
Okay, that wasn't really that big of an area. It was a little creepy to like look at. Okay, there was advanced systems. I don't think I got to look at yet.
Your
There's
presence
synthetic
here is a
retention
great gift,
and
not just to Father, but to all of
advanced
us.
systems. Let's go to
When are you going
advanced
to tell me
systems
about this
next.
mysterious Phase 3?
No, I can't talk about that.